Hi guys, welcome to Drive Spark. I'm Promeet, and today the car that you're seeing over here was introduced by Mahindra to take over the Fortuner and the Ford Endeavour. Yep, this is the Alturas G4 and this is based on the fourth generation SsangYong Rexton that is sold internationally. Over here it carries the Mahindra badge. So stay tuned to this video as we tell you everything you need to know about the new Alturas G4. So let's start off with the front end, and the very first thing you will notice that how big, how broad and how tall this car is. So yeah, it's a full-fledged SUV. It's a big car, it's a bold car. And so let's get to the front of the car. Now you can see that the grille is really nice, and as I told you, this is the fourth generation SsangYong Rexton. So over here it sells under the Mahindra badge and it gets the Mahindra badging over here and a different grille, so that is different. Otherwise rest of the car remains same. You get a nice looking headlamp unit over here that features DRLs on top that are indicators also, and it has a projector that's for the low beam and that is an LED. You also get a high beam over here. Now I wish that this was also LED, but this is a halogen light. You get fog lamps over here and a cornering light, so this is also LED, and you got a lot of chrome as you can see, and this color contrast over here, this matte finish, this piano black finish, and this overall color looks really good. If you come to the hood, you'll see that there are some aggressive lines that are running through it that make the car even more muscular. So now let's talk about the side profile of the car. Now from the side also you can see that the car is really big. It sits really high, and again you have a lot of chrome present around the windows over here. You get body colored ORVMs, you get chrome on the door handles, you get black carrying over here, you get huge wheel arches and some aggressive body lines. Now the one thing you notice is that this car sits really high. Now this has a ground clearance of 244 mm. Now that is a lot of ground clearance. So what that does is you can open the car. There's one disadvantage: when you open the car and when you want to step inside, what happens is that you have to take a huge leap to go inside. So there should have been a floorboard over here that can help you get onto the car. Otherwise guys, from the side also the car looks really good. These wheels are really nice. They are 18-inch alloy wheels, but since the car is so big, they sometimes tend to look a bit small. The 5-spoke alloy wheels look really awesome, look really nice. You get roof rails over here, really strong. You can mount a luggage carrier on top if you need. And otherwise guys, as I told you, from the side also the car looks really massive, and you get body colored ORVMs with integrated indicators and a camera over here. So this also features a 360-degree camera function. So yeah, that's about it from the side, and as you can see that from the side also the car looks really big and really magnificent. So this is the engine of the Alturas G4, and this is a 2-liter turbocharged diesel engine that pumps out 180 bhp and 420 Nm of torque. Now the power and torque figures are really nice, and this SUV really pulls and is a fast SUV. It's also mated to an automatic transmission that has been sourced from Mercedes-Benz. It's a 7-speed automatic transmission, and this car only comes in an automatic variant. There is no manual present for it. So yeah guys, I mean, I'll tell you more about this engine and how it drives, about the mileage when I drive the car. So now let's talk about the rear end of the car, and as you can see that from the rear also, I mean, the car looks again really big. It gets these sleek looking tail lamp units that are LED, and it's really nice. You get a chrome strip that runs all across the bumper. You get black bumpers. Again, the finish that was there in the front, that piano black finish over here, the matte and the body color of the car, it is there at the rear also. So you can also see that this gets a rear parking camera, and it also gets parking sensors that are really accurate. Now you can see that there is Alturas written over here. Now this personally also, and to be very honest, it does not look really nice. You can remove it if you like, but anyway they have given it over here. It looks really odd. If they would have given it on the side, it would have looked really good. And there's one more feature in this guys. So once you have the key and you're at a parking lot or somewhere and you need to, and your hands are full with luggage and you need to open it, so what you do is, so you just take the key and you can come behind. So when you come behind, you can see that it starts beeping and it detects that the key is there and the boot opens on its own. So this is a really nice feature and I really like it. So this is an electric boot. and as you can see over here, gets a decent amount of boot space to keep 2 bags. If you need more boot space, you just, that's a little hard to pull, but anyway, you can see you can fold these seats down, the rear seats, and you will have plenty of boot space to keep a lot of luggage. I mean, overall, the car from the rear, it looks really nice, it looks really good, and I really love this feature. So yeah, that's the rear end of the Alturas G4. So now we're at the driving seat of the Alturas G4, and first things first, this car is so big, it has so much space. I mean, it is so big from inside. You have plenty of headroom, plenty of space, and plus when you can see that this seat is slightly behind, so this has this welcome seat settings over here. You can switch it on and off from here. So what it does is when you open the door, it moves the seat behind so that you can sit, and when you close the door, the seat comes back to its original position. Now I really like that. And the driver's seat over here is adjustable in 8 ways. It's you have memory functions for that. You have the ORVM controls and the window controls over there. You have enough space to keep actually 2 bottles and some cloth or whatever you want. Overall finish, guys, I mean, I'll tell you, this car, the contrast of this brown and the black and the silver looks really awesome. Seats are really comfortable. These are ventilated seats that have 3 settings for the passenger as well as the driver, but for the co-passenger over here, you do not get electric seats, you get manual seats. Overall, guys, I'm really impressed by the build quality of this car, and it's got a chunky looking steering wheel with steering mounted controls over here, and you can see that this has hill descent. It's got traction control, it's got a 360 camera. You can open and close the tail gate from here with the light settings, parking sensors that you can switch off the beeping from there. You get an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system that is really nice. You get a semi-digital instrument cluster over here that features an MID screen where you get a lot of information about the car. You get the tachometer and the speedometer in analog. And guys, I mean, this stitching over here that you see on the dashboard, this quilted leather kind of, it gives a really good feel. I mean, for the contrast that it has, this silver with the black with slightly, or like there's some wood finish over here, and with this quilted leather, it looks really nice. It's got a dual zone climate control over here, and there is some amount of plastic that has been used. So as you can see that on the dashboard, there is plastic. Again over here, there is some soft touch material on the doors, there's soft touch material. So overall, guys, the cabin from the driver's seat is actually really nice. I really like it. So now let's get behind and I'll tell you more about the rear. Now we're at the rear seat, and again, this seat in front of me is adjusted according to my height. There's a lot of leg room, knee room, and headroom is there. So headroom has been compromised a little bit for the rear occupants, because I mean, you can see there's a bulge here that actually is there for the sunroof to accommodate. So yeah, I mean, there you can feel that this is going to touch you, but this is actually not going to touch. So overall, guys, this seat is really comfortable. The fit and finish here also is really awesome. You get bottle holders, you get a lot of soft touch materials on the door. You can see that you get a lever over here in which you can recline the seat, and it actually reclines really to the back. That's a really good feature I like. Now let's move to this side. So moving to this side is also not difficult. You have a transmission tunnel over here, but since the car sits really high, I mean, the floor or the floor bed of the car, I mean, there is a bulge over here, but it will not hinder if you shift from the left to the right. It's a pretty easy shift. Also, if you have 4 people going, you can deploy this armrest over here that has cup holders. I really like the way it comes out. So satisfying. So yeah, material on this is really nice. It's really cushiony, and you can actually just relax and just travel in this car as far as you want, because the seats are so comfortable. You also have rear AC vents. You do not get a 3-zone climate control, but there are 2 rear AC vents that help cool down the cabin really fast. There are AC vents at the rear also with a fan speed. So yeah, I mean, as far as the cooling is concerned, the entire car gets really cooled and really chilled really soon. You also get a power socket, a charging socket over there. Seats are really nice, and as I told you, this is a really spacious car and it is really awesome for a road trip. So now we're going to drive the Alturas, and the welcome seats that I was talking about, you can see that the seat over there is stagnant. So once I open the door, the seat will automatically move behind. So there, if you see the seat, and when you shut it, it comes back to its original position. So guys, the first things first, let me brief you about the engine once again. So this is a 2.2 liter turbocharged diesel engine that pumps out 180 bhp of power and 420 Nm of torque, and it's mated to a 7-speed automatic transmission that has been sourced from Mercedes-Benz. So overall guys, I really like this car. I really like how it drives. I like every single aspect of it, though it is a very big car, and at this size there is a significant amount of body roll, but that's completely fine. As far as the steering is concerned, so the steering is really light and it is adjustable for reach and tilt, so you can adjust both of them. Also guys, I was talking about these seats. So these seats are absolutely phenomenal, really cushiony, and they really hug you and keep you at place no matter what, no matter if you're going hard at around corners. So around corners the car tends to wobble and shake a lot. I mean, apart from that, this is a brilliant engine. I really like this engine. The way the power delivers, it's kind of linear, and when you put your foot down, it gets really aggressive. So like this. So I mean, the power delivery is really nice. This 7-speed gearbox, it's absolutely phenomenal. Some Mercedes-Benz source gearbox has to be good. Shifts are really precise. Although I did not like the manual mode. So in the manual mode, so when you shift to manual, what exactly happens is you can shift the gears up and down with the shifter. Now over here it is slightly different, so you don't get a stick shift. Instead of that, you get a small button on the shifter that you have to use it with your thumb, like over here with your thumb, to shift the gears up and down. That is very complicated, and sometimes you might miss a gear, or sometimes you might downshift. If you're on upshift, you will downshift. So yeah, otherwise guys, it is a fantastic car to drive around. As far as the mileage is concerned, this car gives decent amount of mileage. In the city you will get close to 8 to 9, maybe max to max 10 if you're really slow on the gas, and on the highway you'll get close to, we could not check the highway figures, but on the highway you will get close to around 13 to 14, maybe 15 also, if you are at a constant pace at a decent speed. Rest everything else over here, fit and finish qualities, the audio system, the seats are ventilated. I mean, there are 3 levels of cooling for the driver and the passenger. Passenger seat could have had an electric adjust. Actually, not could, should have had an electric adjust, and the high beam should have been LED and not a halogen. So yeah guys, otherwise, I mean, if you remove all of this, this is a brilliant car to drive around. So that was the Alturas G4, and this car comes in a 2-wheel drive variant also, and this is the top of the line, that is the 4-wheel drive variant. So this carries a price tag of 36.5 lakh rupees. That is priced slightly on the expensive side, but you get a lot of things, a lot of features in this car. So I hope I explained the car well to you. Well, if you need to know anything else, please mention it down in the comment section and we'll get back to you on that. Till then, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe to all our social media channels. Then I'm Promit signing out. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching.